Good morning, everybody. I say good morning when it starts, but I know that nobody's going to hear that except for the replay. So I kind of like to wait a minute before I start talking. Mostly because, you know, one of the things on the videos, the lives that are monetized, is when they start talking right away, you miss the beginning because of the commercial. You don't want to skip the commercial, but you don't want to miss what they have to say. So it's kind of like, what do you do? So I just was kind of waiting a minute before I start talking. I went into the live stream from yesterday. As you noticed today, sun is out. Yay! It is cold and windy, but we have sunshine. I'll take it. But I went into the live stream from yesterday, and wow, the difference between that phone and this phone. Maybe all my little bad mouthing and Streamlabs, and I'm not willing to try it again because I don't play that much and I don't like the program. But maybe it wasn't Streamlabs, maybe it was my phone. But the stream is a lot smoother, except for, of course, road bouncy. I can't do anything about that. Oh, wow. That house completely died. It's not. I wouldn't expect it. But while I'm driving, I cannot check the chat, unfortunately. Stay up there, so I don't know if I'm studying again. News is interesting today. First of all, Trump was supposed to visit Atlanta today. That is not happening now. Those of us who drive the roads in Atlanta are really happy about that. Yay, no traffic mess. Well, no abnormal traffic mess. Friday at rush hour, or Friday in general, Friday rush hour in Atlanta starts around 2 p.m. I don't know what it is, but everybody leaves work early on Fridays. So, rush hour is usually too much speed to sit. It kind of stretches out. I don't even know how they were going to get not easily accessible from anywhere other than PDK Airport. And PDK Airport is just a small little airport, unless they were going to helicopter in. But we won't find out now. Amy, good morning. How are you today? I hope the sun is out where you are as well. It's in the 40s and windy, but the sun is shining, which is good enough for me. In other local news for Atlanta, a third coronavirus is diagnosed, I guess is the right word. The woman in question, she's in Rome, Georgia, which is northwest of here. It's like the opposite side of Atlanta and then up. It's almost to Alabama, Tennessee. I don't know. It's hard to explain. You have to look it up on the map, but it's definitely probably 2 hours from here, an hour and a half to 2 hours from here. Definitely further away than Fulton County, and Fulton County is just north Fulton County, so it's actually not far from Rome, geographically. But went into the hospital on February 29th. They decided she was not, she went to get tested, she wasn't feeling well. And they decided that she did not meet the criteria for testing and sent her home. She went back yesterday, I guess, to the hospital. It was like people at work testing, and she have it. side note, I know everywhere is talking about, oh, we have to buy all this toilet paper, we have to buy all the hand sanitizer, we have to buy all of everything, the water. Well, number one, where I live, the water goes out all the time. It's so old. And yes, I live in a major city, but that doesn't matter. They're not proactive about it. They break, fix it as it breaks. And when it breaks, it's out of water for like days. And we were out of water for at one point. That was horrible. The restaurant can't cook. You can't be open. You can't cook at home. You can't wash dishes. What do you do? Anyhow, where I live, we keep stockpiles of water. And it's not because we're preppers, and it's not because of the coronavirus, because our infrastructure is that bad. We never know when we're not going to have water. And when the water goes out, those who have it stockpiled, they go and buy it again. So we make sure to have some. I've got like 10 gallons of water in the house right now. And we actually drink it, and then I go in and I just fill about a gallon and stuff like that and fill them all. But I went into the Walmart here, and this Walmart is a newer Walmart, and it has a shooting on conferences by CDC and other employees. It is right here. Centralized location for where they live. We were fine. Stuff is fine. It's not. There's toilet paper. I didn't check hand sanitizer, to be honest. I don't even know where Walmart that is. I have some. I bought it somewhere else a while back for some reason. Water was fine. The shelf was fine with water. The gallons were probably about half empty, but it's nothing like what I've seen when our water goes out. And if the Walmart that's closest by CDC and Emory employees, their stock is fine, and the people need to stop freaking out. Anybody would freak out first would be dumb. That's you all snapped in the car. I left my bag at home. But yeah, it's CDC and Emory folks aren't freaking out, and they're not. A lot of my clients must know. And but yeah, people just need to settle down. I am just going to run in for a minute. Like that. There we go. Thank you. That in here. I think it's really fat. See, it had an option and it wasn't letting me see all of the fat messages. Interesting. That deal. Edit. Third party. I can't type into the chat. Okay, guys, I will be right back. I'm going to leave you on. I'm going to run into the. There's that. How do I close that? There we go. I'm going to run into the post office and check my box, and I'll be right back. I'm going to leave you guys on. I don't. Well, I'm active on DoorDash. I don't really drive for them that often, only because they steal money from the drivers, and they don't pay well to begin with. They do orders, and there have been where you can see the receipt, like the restaurant will hand you the receipt, and they have put the tip on there, and the tip that DoorDash got was a lot smaller. Oh my gosh, it's freaking behind me. Did you not know how to drive? Anyway, Yeah, they're not a very reputable company, and they've done a lot of bad things, and it's a bad platform altogether. The customer side and the restaurant side, it's a little better, but for the driver side, it's not. Usually, if I work for Grubhub, and Grubhub pays the best. You get to see how much an order pays before we accept it. DoorDash pays the same. Like, it might pay this or it might pay that. You'll see when it's done, and then once you put the fishing pole out saying, um, this is the minimum you'll get paid, but you can get paid more. And while some people are very lucky with that, I am not, and I don't like to gamble. I would rather just know this is what I'm going to get paid for this, because I'm not going to drive. Plus, their orders is to drive a lot. I'm not going to drive from one side of town to the other for $3. It's just not going to happen. So I'm going to run in and check my box, and I will be right back. I'm going to leave you guys up. If anybody comes in, let them know I will be right back. But yeah, I'm valid on all of the platforms that deliver here, I think. But the only one I ever do is Grubhub, because it's the only one that pays decently. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go away. I'm back. Junk mail. I got a letter from SiriusXM asking me to subscribe or resubscribe. I haven't had SiriusXM for like, I want to say 4 years, 5 years, long time, at least. Maybe longer than that. But thanks for hanging out. While you're in there. Don't forget to subscribe, well, subscribe if you're not subscribed, but I think most of you come visit my ramblings are. But if you like the button, if you would, thumbs up. Always give me a thumbs up. I know some down guy found me. He found me in Sam guy's comment box. He was like, oh, I made it! Sam comment guy and thumbs down guy. Since I have it really better. This is Avondale Estates, Georgia. It is first planned community in the area in Atlanta. It is in Georgia. But it was based off of obviously a game, something or other. It's based off of the idea of a English village. English Tudor village. I would love to buy a house here, but I literally cannot afford them. Housing. One of these houses sold for 1 point something billion, which is really ridiculous. They are up there for 700,000. Cam? I forgot to put my earbuds. That might be why you can't hear me. Oh, yeah, yeah. If I talk louder, is that better? There's a lot of houses that are for sale now. I'm not going to be on much longer. Running out to take care of a client and check the mailbox. We're down to one car right now. We went from 3 cars to 1 car in just a matter of days. But we've got to go and get the car for someone today. Okay, I can't run around the city like I had planned. But that's okay because I have a lot of work to do at home for my class. I finished my Universal and my Disney College of Knowledge and my travel agent. My next step right now, I think, is to learn how to set up my business. Learning about the products is good, but now I have one product that I do know, so I need to use that product and set up my business. Um, I haven't been pushing my stuff in amongst the YouTube community because there's so many travel agents already in the YouTube community and they were there before me, and I don't feel that that would be right. Sometimes my ethics get in my own way. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm not going to change who I am just for $1.
Can you hear me now? Okay, cool. Sorry, I went over to check and make sure that they were connected. I'm sorry about that. I forgot to put my headphones in, and I'm just talking away. And I didn't realize this whole time y'all couldn't connect and couldn't hear me. But if you missed it, the last thing that I was talking about was I finished my Disney College of Knowledge and my Universal Studies. So now the next thing I need to do is figure out how to make money with my travel business. Um, I haven't been pushing it in and amongst the Disney community on YouTube just because there's so many other travel agents that were already there before me. I don't want to take business from somebody, and it's just kind of a weird thing to me. And yeah, my ethics and my I don't want to change who I am for $1, and I just don't think it's right to go in where people that you are friends with, if you will, or people that you have known for a while, to go in and just be like, oh hey, come from me instead of this other person. That's just not right. So I am going to work on marketing locally. Oh my gosh, the smoke coming off out of that tailpipe from that bus. Um, so I'm going to market locally and market some other places on the internet maybe, and see if I can't drum up some business because I have a product now and I have knowledge of that product. So now I need to do the business side, and then from there I can branch out into other knowledges of other products, if that makes sense. In the meantime, I still also have to do my other classes. I have a lot of work to do that this weekend on that. I may log in from my home and do a live on my home at some point. It just depends on how things go. It's still too cold to go back in my office, so I haven't been using my second monitor, so I'm a little limited on what I can do. But I am going to go ahead and finish the stream. I need to get home so he can take the car. Morning, Danny. Yeah, exactly, Pam. And I don't want to put anybody into that position. And I'm the new person on the block as far as I know. I mean, there may be other people who started after me. I have no idea. But I don't want anybody to be in that position. I don't want somebody threw some tires away. I don't want anybody to be in that position. I don't want to go behind somebody that considers me a friend and take their business, or that I would consider a friend. I would not do that to people. Um, so I need to move it or I'm going to miss this light. Okay. We go over here. This light is a very stupid long light and I don't want to miss it, so we're going to pull over here. Really, Danny? I don't doubt that. Um, I have a big base of people in Ohio that I can choose from. I have a lot of friends in Ohio. Right now, with my page, I've just been posting things here and there. I want to post. I'm not ultimately going to focus on Disney. It's just my company focuses on Disney, and it's what's available to me now. I'm going to focus more on international. Hey, Cargo! In Atlanta, some different trips around the U.S., different things to do because I like culinary trips, historic trips, things that, it's good to come to Atlanta and see the aquarium and the World of Coke and blah, 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 but there's other stuff to do here besides that that's really cool. Like driving down Sweet Auburn and seeing the old speakeasies and stuff like that. There's just so many other things to do in and around Atlanta. Kygo. Thank you for stopping in, Cargo. But yeah, there's just so many other things to do than the usual normal things, and a lot of little weekend trips. In the fall, I put together weekend trips to go up in the mountains and see the leaves change. A lot of people love to do that. Doing what I do now, the pet sitting, I know the times of year when people go and do things and what they go do. The food is becoming a major thing. Yeah, I know, I've seen it. But food is becoming a major attraction in and of itself. And I really, really would love to focus on that kind of, you know, if you want to go to Atlanta, what restaurants would you like to see? What kind of restaurants would you like to see? Let's set up a little restaurant tour. In my water. If you want to go to Cleveland, what would you do in Cleveland? And it would be, with people traveling, it would be a mix of, and you could choose, do you want to do these activities or do you want to do these activities? Do you want to do a mix of normal touristy stuff and then off the beaten path stuff, local stuff, or do you want to do all of one and all of the other? Stuff like that. Because like when I go on vacation, which, let's be honest, I have not done in a long time. Um, it's actually in Canton, Ohio, and I grew up about 2 miles from it. I used to walk down to the parks, the Football Hall of Fame. I used to walk down to the parks all the time. If you drive the way you do in Ohio, it is about, and I have some pictures and stuff. I'll do a video of those pictures from the Football Hall of Fame that I have. But if you drive the way Ohioans do, it's about 45 minutes to an hour south of Cleveland. If you drive the way we do in Atlanta, it's about 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, the most. Um, they're redoing it. They're making it a destination place instead of just a museum. Little known fact, it's not the only museum on that campus. There is a series of three parks there, and it's in the first park. The stadium that's attached to it used to be, and I haven't been up there for a while, and I know a lot of things have changed, so I don't know exactly what's going on up there. But the stadium that's attached to the Football Hall of Fame, where they play the first game every year, is also the stadium for McKinley and Timken to play their games, which are two local high schools. McKinley High School swimming, there's a natatorium there where they do their swimming meets and all that stuff. There's a nice little sports complex there. The Is it the next park? I don't remember the order of the parks, but there's three parks. One has the Football Hall of Fame, and you walk down. There's a root beer stand, and you walk down through there, and there's a river that goes down through there, and you can also see the stone wall that used to be part of President McKinley's mansion, his land, estate, I guess you would call it. But if you go down past, you can see that, and there's a greenhouse kind of thing down there, botanical garden, and there's a monument. McKinley Monument is there, and then there's a grassy area in front, kind of like the Washington Monument. With it used to be water like the Washington Monument, but now it's just grass, and they do concerts and things down there. And then there's another park after that, and in and amongst these parks is also the hospital I was born at. There's another park, and I think it's the third park, that has Mother Goose Land in it, which shut down for a while, and I've heard they're restoring it and bringing it back. But you go in there, and the kids can get on the train and look at the old steam train, and there's giant ceramic animals like a whale that you can walk into, and Mother Goose Land, just different Mother Goose characters, which is really cool growing up. But the city let a lot of it go, and they're starting to make it a lot better, and that's another thing I'd like to do. Is I need to start looking into that too, work up some packages to go up there for like Football Hall of Fame and stuff like that. You'd be surprised how much there is to do in Ohio, how much historical stuff. Most of the astronauts and most of the presidents have come from Ohio. But I'm supposed to be calling this because I need to get home. I am so jealous, Cargo. I want to go to a Browns game. It's so hard to get tickets to a Browns game. Amy, no! You are? I might need to be up there. Well, you're Amy, you're right there too. You're only like an hour away. Going the back roads, driving like you drive in Atlanta, you're an hour away. But yeah, I kind of want to move back home. And I know we were planning on moving to Cleveland anyway. Part of me wants to go to Florida, and part of me wants to go back home. There's a small part of me that wants to stay here because I can kind of go anywhere from here, but at the same time, I don't really want to live in a giant city anymore. I want to live city adjacent so I can go and do things, but I don't want to live in one anymore. There's too much craziness that happens here. But okay, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I may be back on later. I know I say that and I never do, because that involves, like doing up my hair and stuff so you can see what I look like. And I don't look horrible. When I leave the house in the morning, I just throw it up in the ponytail and go. But I don't look anything. And I've been told this by other people, so it's not just one of those me things. I've had people who've seen my picture and then not recognize me, or I'm standing there and I show them my picture and they say that's not you, and it is me. The picture does the camera does something to people. You can have people who, not everybody, but a lot of people, like you can have people that are models. They look on film like a model, but then you see them in real life and they look the exact opposite. Or then you have, people that don't look good on camera, like the Irish and German. I guess the Irish and German pale skin and the dark circles under my eyes from my sinuses and allergies and what have you. They just don't, they're not camera things. No phone calls allowed, Pam. I was on stream the other day, Cargo. You missed it. You, my Mandalorian pin set that I got off Amazon. I came home and did a stream where I was actually on stream and showed off my pin set. My dash cam is yelling at me. So I appreciate all of you guys coming to say hello this morning. Thank you, Pam. I want all the attention. um, I travel the world. I don't care what people think, but I still can get my feelings hurt really easily. I'm very sensitive. So I kind of try to straddle both those lines. It's kind of weird. I'm one of those people who does what they do, like it or don't care. Not in the way that would hurt somebody, but at the same time, I care what people think of me, and I don't want to do that at all, but I do. Everybody does. I mean, you can say you don't, but you do. A special project. Awesome. Yeah, I have a special project I need to get done this weekend called homework. So I need to get moving. And I'm going to stop rambling. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the streams. Have fun today. Stay out of trouble. Ending it. No.